Episode 8 of 2B EuroX is a delight. We get an introduction to the origin story of Lucky Cyan, the pop idol sensation who also turns out to be a hero. And within a world where your power is directly proportional to a populace's public opinion of you, I can only imagine how powerful the pop idol role is. Must be one of the most overpowered positions within the society. So I'm curious to find out what a fully realized Lucky Cyan pop idol can do with her ability. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We're first introduced to her amongst a plane wreckage. This plane crash occurs, shrouded in mystique, a bit of conspiracy. This journalist sneaks in to find out the truth, but he only finds the sole survivor, Cyan, instead. He saves her, brings her to an orphanage, keeping her untethered from the situation because he believes there's foul play, malevolence afoot. To keep her safe, the orphanage it is. This is where the episode is focused. We get to watch her growing up there. Quickly, we discover, and everyone else does, she is not normal. She's extremely lucky. Honestly, lucky is a hyperbolic understatement. Anything that can happen will go the absolute optimal way for her 100% of the time. Also, anyone in her sphere of influence who she holds the intention, the space for, will also get the greatest outcome they desire. If you ask her, where should I move? If you move there, your husband's hair will grow back, you'll get better sleep, and it will save your marriage. Great. So, anything she does, she says, turns out exactly as it should, a bullseye 100% of the time. As you can see in the image before you, she gets pulled in every which way based on everyone's selfish desires, wants, as they ask her, abusing her ability for their own needs and aspirations. Whether it's the kids, the employees, and most egregiously, the owner himself, who has a self righteous attitude, yearns to be a hero, but goes about it in the most villain of ways. Because he sacrifices this young girl, her life, her desires, completely ignores them. They don't exist for the aggregate, the greater good. He creates a cult with her as the centerfold idol figure, a literal idol. He sings blessings for the people, which I'm sure helps a ton of people. But it's not what Cyan wants. No one has stopped to ask her what she wants, what she desires. She dons a mask, a robe, gets called a sacred princess, sings songs to bless people at this cult, this congregation. But she doesn't get to discover herself, her authenticity, until she meets the Calamity, this kid who self proclaims himself as a calamity, the antithesis to our lucky heroine. But they hit it off immediately, a great foil complementing each other. He teaches her that even with her infallible luck, she doesn't have to be perfect all the time, which is a lesson she takes to heart and lightens her life. At the end of the episode, she gives her first performance to the congregation after singing her normal religious song, choir style. She goes full on idol style with the calamity in the background on the guitar, singing for herself. It's a great moment when she tries to escape on rollerblades with Calamity in tow behind her. The proprietor, the owner, the cult leader stops him, closes the door, using his wind hero abilities to stop her. I'm curious to see how she gets out of it, but let's backtrack a little bit and talk about some of the deeper lore within the episode. Because there's definitely some big hints. The journalist who saves Cyan initially ends up leaving his job because he doesn't want to uphold the status quo. He seeks the truth. We then get a name drop of ether laboratories by some lunatic on the streets who speak in truth. This circles back to Cyan because we find out her trust value was extremely high since before she knew who she was, before she was sentient. So I believe she is a child from the laboratories who were doing Homelander type experiments. Instead of creating superheroes with the serum, they were engendering truth value from the start. Her trust value is not based on other people, not based on the populace. It's an artificially created trust value, which cannot fail, which is not reliant on others. That sounds extremely overpowered. That's why she has this ability. And the plane crashes were happening because they were trying to kill anyone associated with it to not let the truth get out. That's my educated guess, at least. That's where we end off on episode 8, though. I'm interested to see where we go next. Anyways, peace.